I know there must be many thoughts going through your mind right now. Is this the right place for me? Do I belong here? Well, let me assure you that we see something in you, something you may not even see yourself, even if you do have X-ray vision.
I'm super focused.
I'm super inclusive.
I'm super curious.
I'm super able.
What kind of a super are you?
And here we go.
It's the comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me!
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies.
Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies, Nerds New Bullying, host Leroy, aka I don't give a shit about the Rome Empire, with my co-host.
Woohoo!
I got
job.
it. I did it. Okay.
Yeah.
Third time is a charm.
Okay, yeah. This is Eli, aka Butterfinger.
He was just watching Bowfinger. That's why he said that.
Oh, I guess yeah. There you go. I should have said
Yeah.
Bowfinger.
Yeah. See, Eli,
I'm referring to the candy bar though.
Yeah, third time was a charm. If he was on any other show, a legit show, they would have told me to quit doing that shit like a while ago. But since we can just do whatever the fuck we want to do, we just keep doing it till we try it. So yeah, I want to say shout out to me, shout out to Eli, and also last but not least, shout out to the AI. Because if nobody else is listening to us, the algorithm is always listening.
Doing our work for us.
Exactly. Always spying on us. Yeah. So yeah, we're back into the episode. We're gonna jump into it. We got a bunch of stuff we're gonna talk about. So we're gonna fly through it as much as possible, but to satisfy the algorithm gods, we do have to talk about foosball. So what I propose is that we talk about football for 30 seconds. And so I'm putting you on a timer, Eli. Go.
15 yards and moves the sticks. Well, there you go.
How I screwed that up and then messed that up. Okay, anyway. Give it
Is
to us.
this Madden? This is Madden. This ain't a
This
real
is Madden,
game.
yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Damn, technology, AI. Look at that.
Technology, yeah.
I had to take a double take. Is this real or is this a game?
It's AI. It's fucking with you.
So what is it? The Jaguars and who?
Okay, so can I talk about football? I'm gonna talk about football for a second here. I don't like talking about football. I'm talking about it because remember, Eli. Technically, I do have a team. Technically, the Falcons. I only claim them when it's convenient, but I can't claim them now because they've had a game in London with the Jaguars and got their ass beat in London. Why you fly all the way over to London just to get the ass beat? And then it was on like ESPN Plus or some bullshit that I don't even have.
Oh yeah.
So
they do that every year. They always choose teams to go and play in London for I don't know why, but they do that every year.
They do it every year, but you go all the way to London just get your ass beat when you could have did that in Atlanta. Like why? So I don't know. That's all I got. What you got anything, Eli?
You got to have tea while they were over there. I guess.
Correct. Tea and crumpets. Do something while you're over there because your damn sure ain't playing football. So yeah.
Well, the Vikings finally won.
There you go.
A game.
Okay.
It was their first. They finally won a game this year. It was their first win. So that was. I guess that was pretty cool. Yeah.
There you
I'm
go.
in Minnesota, so yes, Vikings are my team. I never really got into football until late in my adult life, and it was only because my brother was living with me, and he's really into football, and so I just kind of started watching.
It's kind of like my brother and 3-6 Mafia. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same here. I think I 3-6 Mafia and my brother.
Let's talk about 3-6 Mafia instead of football. How about that? I think we're better at this.
I worked their show.
Some scissor.
I worked their show. I worked backstage. I used to work at a club, and
I went to one of their shows and got elbowed in the face. So there you go.
Yeah,
I think that's our football minute.
Yeah. On to the next.
Yeah, on to the next. There you go. We have satisfied the algorithm. Oh, also want to say this is the only Kelsey Swift we acknowledge. Just let you know that right now. So moving on past that.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Good. It's before your time. Don't worry about it.
All right.
All right. So, like I said, before we get into it, Eli, we're gonna talk about the box office. Did you see Saw?
Saw? No, I did not.
Okay, I know you did. I just like to say sea salt. That's all. I don't
Seesaw.
care. So yeah, because I know I did the Barbenheimer, review. So I was gonna leave this episode for you to do the Saw Patrol review. But
Sorry.
yeah, I figured you would. I would have bet a cheeseburger that whether or not you would have did it or not, but doesn't matter. Anyway, I saw a TV show. I saw a TV show this weekend. I don't know who else saw it, but I'll just briefly talk about it. Basically, it is called Gen V. Oh, that's what I should have did. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, we're going to talk about Gen V. We're going to talk about Gen V. But the people don't know what Gen V is. I'm just going to throw it up there one time. Like I said, it says on the poster, Gen V meets Harry Potter. That's what it is. That's what they want you to invoke. That's what you want you to think when it is, because that's what I got from it. It's basically what it is. It's the boys. It's the spinoff of the boys. Takes place in the boys universe. Some of the actors from the boys show up in this, but it ain't about them. It's about brand new characters I hadn't seen before. It's about college kids with superpowers at a superhero school. That old trope.
Okay.
I was here. So yes. So X-Men, Harry Potter, Naruto, Hunger Games, My Hero Academia, Wednesday, pretty much anything you can think of. It's that. It's all those tropes you think, but it's pretty much its own.
New Mutants.
It's all that.
Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol. So yeah. So it had me thinking like, okay, so school with kids with superpowers, damn this on something. I didn't realize how old that trope has gotten.
What's that movie? Sky
High.
High.
Cliff favorite movie. Shout out to Cliff because he's the only one to talk about Sky High on here. But yeah, it's that. So it's pretty much that, but it's with the boys spinoff. So it's a superhero shit, but it's fucked up superhero shit. So that's what it is. That's what this show is.
It's the boys. So
it's the boys. So yeah. So if you the same violence, the same really fucked up stuff that happens in the boys, it's here. So if you're looking for that, but you want that mixed with Hunger Games, that's that. That's pretty much what it is. I like that they have them in college because I don't really want to see high school kids doing this fucked up shit. College kids, I don't mind. So have them a little bit older, doing this stuff. I do want to say one thing, and I think I'm going to get canceled for saying this, Eli, but I think I'm going to just put this out there anyway. So back me up. Nuh-uh, Eli. If anything I say on this show, you included with the shit also. Because they don't say you said fucked up shit. They said y'all said fucked up shit. So there you go.
Let's do this shit. All right.
Let's do it. Let's go for it. Now, you see the poster. Now, the first thing, if you didn't know anything about the poster, you would think that this is a black superhero show. That's the first thing you would think. And honestly, going by the plot of the show, they want you to think that. Why? Because black superheroes are hot right now. That's the thing. That's the model. And the show plot line actually plays into that. Because the black girl had nothing to do with whatever's going on there, but they realized that she was in the vicinity of it. They realized they can get like real good test scores on social media if they promote her over what happened. But who really was the hero of the day was a non-binary transgender Asian. And when I mean transgender, like their superpowers is they can transform to man and woman back and forth, whatever they feel like it. So they realized that wouldn't test well, in social media, but she would. So let's just leave her in social media. Let's go that way. So that's just one of the plot lines. That's one of the plot lines in the show. The other plot lines in the show, like all the kids on the show, I won't say kids, but the college kids were like that, but all of their powers play into like social aspect. Like I just said, like the one of the superpowers is being transgender, non-binary is one of the powers. Another power of the girl, she got shrinking powers where she can go back and forth, but the only way she can transform is to make herself throw up. So think about it. So the only way she can get smaller is to make herself throw up. So they're really playing in that she has an eating disorder with her shrinking powers. Even the main girl right here, her powers is like she had a fucked up childhood growing up. Oh. So her powers is to cut herself. Like a lot of, got some people out there that will cut themselves to, make them feel alive, make them feel power, make them feel whatever.
Triggering people. It's
triggering people. So and it goes down the road. It keeps going down like that. Like everybody superpower is a mimic of something, a social commentary of something, which, like I said, X-Men have done this shit before also. We can talk about Nightcrawler and whatever, but that's what's going on with this show right here. So did I like it as much as the boys? I'll be honest, and I hate to spoil it for you, Eli, because every time I spoil it, I feel like I'm putting a bug in your ear where you're either going to, be ultra defensive or be like, Yeah, maybe Eli had a point. Leroy had a point. But I gotta say it, I didn't really feel this as much as the boys. Like I wasn't waiting for the next episode like the boys. This was more like I was passively watching it because nobody on the show, none of the actors or characters like really caught my attention. Like they're okay, they're watchable, but nobody was just like, oh man, I want to see what their storyline is going. I'm going to see where they're going. And maybe it's because all these characters are new. I've never heard of them before, but that's just how I felt.
Yeah, I think maybe they're spreading themselves thin because I've watched the animated Boys spinoff.
Yeah.
And that was just
it was cool. I like the Garth Ennis story. Garth Ennis actually wrote one of those stories.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it was cool. Yeah. And this feels like that. I'm glad because I watched that too. This feels like that. Like it's cool. It's all right. It's bloody as fuck. And there's some fucked up shit that happens in the show. But it's none of the characters I really like gravitated to. Like
so when this
Huey
chick, when this chick she has to puke and then she gets small. Does she like end up in her own puke?
No. She's because it's like she pukes first and then she gradually gets smaller. Okay. So it's not like she pukes the bigness out of herself.
And she's in a pool of her own.
Yeah, not like that. She just she pukes and then she's over the toilet and you can just see her like shrinking and shit like that. Oh, and she gets big and she gets back bigger by eating. I forgot to tell you about that. So yeah. So it all, plays into each other. So that's going on with that. So it's a cool show. I'm gonna stick with it because, like I said, they got me. It's not a black superhero show, but she's in it, so I'm gonna watch it. Just cause for the culture, But yeah, I'm gonna watch it. It's not like a show. I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to watch this shit. But now I'll watch this to kind of see where the storyline is going. But overall, it's something to watch. I feel like Amazon did us an injustice by dropping 3 1-hour shows all at one back to back. I'm like, man, calm this shit down, man. Like. Spend maybe 1, maybe 2. Don't give us like 3. And I got to sit there the whole day and just watch all this shit back to back. And I was kind of like, okay, when are you gonna get somewhere with this? But I don't know.
Yeah. With all the shit that you got to watch these days, it's hard to keep up.
Yeah.
Like you told me this was on. I was like, oh, okay. I like normally I'd probably check it out, but I'm watching all this other shit.
Right.
So like, it's like.
And I feel like I know you're gonna get to it eventually when you got to it.
Yeah.
But I did feel like this was a commitment to watch this show. That's what it was. Now, if you're gonna do 30-minute shows and drop them at 3 at a time, like Harley Quinn, do that. Drop that. I can watch that no time and then go do other shit. This I'm here 3 hours watch because I didn't watch Friday, didn't watch it Saturday. I had to watch it today, and I'm just here, just watching it. Nowhere. I'm like, man, hurry and get this shit over with. So maybe that's why I kind of gotta, not really as enthused about this show as I should have been because I was like dropping them all and kind of like binge watching, 3 episodes one time.
Oh, Jake's in the house.
Jake, what it do?
He's asking if I'm ready for Chucky next week.
Talking about season 3?
Season 3. I never finished season 2. I kind of fell off season 2.
So okay. I was about to say, I think season 2 just dropped on Peacock like this week.
Yeah.
I think so. So because I watched season 1. I watched season 1. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, the season 2 kind of got stagnant for me. I think I watched like maybe 5, maybe half the season.
Yeah.
I just kind of. But then again, this was like right at it was during when I was moving. Remember when I was moving, I was doing all this shit. Plus, there was a shit ton of horror last year. So
well, yeah.
I just kind of fell off of Chucky. So maybe I'll try and catch up. I really dug the first season of Chucky. The second one I thought was getting a little stagnant. That's why I wasn't in a rush to finish it. But I'm curious to see where this new one goes.
Well, Jake, Eli isn't excited for season 3, but I'm excited for season 2 because I haven't seen it. So I was waiting for Peacock, so I know I'm a year behind.
Well, I don't want to spoil anything because
don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
Season 1 ended. Yeah.
Okay, I know I spoil shit for you left and right on this show, but try to keep because I enjoyed the fuck out of the first season, and I don't.
So did I.
I never talk about horror on this show, but honestly, I just turned the shit on. I was like, let me just see what this shit is.
Well, we can review. Hey, I'll get caught up, and we can review Chucky. Man.
Okay, I will watch. Because Jake want to talk about season 3. So, but no. What you watch season 3? You watch season 3 when it dropped. Do what you do.
Well, you got a week. You got a week to catch up.
I can catch up. I can catch up. I can catch up. I can catch up. Yeah.
8 episodes.
But where will season 3 be at?
I think on Peacock.
No, because it took a year for it to drop on Peacock. I know it won't be on Peacock.
Oh, well, then I don't know. Yeah, because if it's on cable, then I don't know how I'm going to watch. Because
let us know where it's going to be. Let us know what season 3 going to be at.
Yeah.
if not, we will find out. I mean, we will. It's not hard for us to find out. We can Google. So yeah. And so yeah, that's my thing. So, Gen 3. I mean, not Gen 3. Gen V was cool. Watch it, but it wasn't a must. You know how we just got excited for Chuck? Like, oh shit, Chuck! This is not that. This is this is more teeny bopper, X-Men, Harry Potter, Hunger Games. If you want Hunger Games with more blood, this is that. If you don't, okay.
Like Battle Royale.
Yeah, Battle Royale. Thank you. That's what I was missing. Dropping on Peacock.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. It looked like we got a show next week. We can do
that.
Yeah. Everybody come back next week. No, let's finish up what we got now. All right. So Eli, you have a thing you want to talk about. I'm gonna let you do what you do. Okay, so here we go.
Yeah. Yeah, since Leroy put me on the spot last week and said, hey, it's October, it's horror month, and I'm supposed to do some horror shit.
Now keep in mind when I said that, I completely forgot about it after I said it. So
yeah, and I'm like, oh well, I don't know what to talk about. I
just talk my ass. I just be saying shit. So
so I'm like, I don't know what to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, let's do this. Can I do this? Ooh, look at that.
Okay.
So yeah, I was trying to figure. I haven't seen a new horror movie in a while, so I'm not caught up on current horror flicks. I think the last horror flick I saw was actually I saw that No One Will Save You or something, the Alien movie.
Okay.
I thought was okay. People were hyping it up, saying it's the dopest shit. It was okay. It had its moments.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Are you sure you weren't getting defensive because you heard this is supposed to be the greatest thing since sliced bread? You're like, okay, and then you just watching with your arms folded the whole time.
Maybe. But I did see the trailer. I was like, oh, that does look awesome. I want to watch that. So I was kind of hyped to see it. But yeah, it was okay. It had elements of The Fourth Kind or Communion or the alien invasion, and she's kind of stuck. The aliens are attacking this chick in the house, and she's kind of getting chased by aliens through the whole movie. My only beef was like the aliens had all these superpowers and they couldn't catch her. Like the first alien they sent has like fucking like telekinesis and shit and like can throw shit with its mind and like lift her up with like force powers and shit. But she gets away from that alien, and then they start sending like lesser powerful aliens after her. Like, and she fucks them up. Like then they send this big giant alien, like the Mind Flayer from Stranger Things, and she fucks that alien up. It's like, and then they finally just send in the UFO and then suck her up into the ship. Like, why didn't you start out with that? Like, you send in the alien with Magneto powers,
right? And
then you send in the gremlin, like that's basically a jumping around like a squirrel. It's like it's shit like that. And I was like, what are they doing? What these aliens are kind of stupid. Like,
I think it did to begin with. So.
That was my only beat. And the ending. Oh yeah, it had one of them weird endings. Like, yeah, was she? So the ending was like, was she like? Did they transform her, or did they leave her the way she is because she was kind of already alien on Earth anyways because she was an outcast?
Interesting. Okay.
Deep. It's deep. I think that's what they were going for.
It means stuff, but yeah.
Yeah. It had. Just trying to say what it was about, but what was it really about? Everyone's trying to be Jordan Peele these days. But anyways, Leroy was like, "Hey, it's October. You got to do some horror shit." I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do because I haven't seen anything. But
right.
But I thought about like right before the show, why don't I do Halloween? I'll talk about some movies that I like to watch during October, during Halloween season. And the thing is, like, I watch horror movies all the time. but horror movies that I actually like to watch.
Halloween is every day at your house. So
yes. But there's certain movies that I do save for when in autumn, in October, when it's Halloween season, that just sort of give you that mood, that puts you in that autumn mood, that autumn spooky season, Halloween season kind of mood. And it's been kind of weird lately, especially up here because it was fucking 90 degrees out there. I got the air conditioner on. So it's kind of hard to get into spooky season when it still feels like summer. Like I'm still running around in shorts and shit, so it doesn't feel like fall yet. And, so I haven't been in the mood to like get into fall yet because it's so hot outside.
Some will say global warming, but we're not that type of podcast.
Yeah. Autumn's like my favorite time of year where it starts getting cold out. You can put on hoodies. I can hide my big giant fucking Buddha belly and shit and just kind of layer yourself in all these clothes and sit around and eat munchies and watch horror flicks because it's cold outside, but it hasn't been like that around here lately. So, and you know what? Now that I think about it, these past few years, we've had Halloween movies like Michael Myers. Like there were new Michael Myers movies. So for the past few years, like Halloween time kind of felt extra special because we had like our iconic Michael Myers Halloween symbol, like new movies coming out. So, and maybe that's kind of missing. We're missing that this year, and especially those movies kind of sucked anyways too. So, but yeah, that's another reason I have not been in the Halloween mood yet. So I guess I was going to talk about movies that put me in the Halloween mood. So that's what this is for. This is Eli's, what'd you call it? Halloween Minute? Horror Minute.
Horror Minute. Okay.
Maybe
Halloween Minute sound better. We'll fix that in post.
I'll put it on full screen because I can't see shit, which means I won't be able to read any comments either. So sorry, Jake. But I can't. I'm getting old.
We got a few extras movie. Yeah, that movie came out. Did it come out this week or?
I think it's coming out soon.
Okay.
Yeah. No comment. Exorcist, like the original Exorcist, is a great movie. This Exorcist 3 is pretty cool too, but I'm not a big like possession movie kind of guy. I'm not into supernatural horror. Much. I find them kind of boring.
Like you said it before, slashers are your thing.
Yeah, slashers, monster movies, creature features, that type of shit. There are some movies, some of them. There's classics like Poltergeist and The Shining that are just classics and stuff like that. We Are Still Here, I think, is awesome. It's a ghost story, haunted house ghost story, which I thought was fucking dope. That's probably like 10 years old now, I think. but like as far as like newer like supernatural, like my kid loves the Conjuring movies and the Insidiouses, and that's what he likes. And I had to see all those, The Nun and Annabelle and Sinister. I had to watch all that shit with my kid because he likes that type of shit. I end up
The Nun 2 and all that, but
yeah. I find them a little boring. I end up like kind of checking out and shit. But so yeah, I'm not that excited. I'm not like rushing out to see the new Exorcist, especially it's the guy who made the new Halloween movies. So, so yeah, but anyways, I'm here to talk about movies that put me in the Halloween mood, and one of those movies is Pumpkinhead. That's this right here. Pumpkinhead is a monster movie about a guy whose kid accidentally gets killed by some rowdy teenagers, and he basically summons up a demon to get revenge. And the demon comes in the form of Pumpkinhead here, and it basically comes and kills all the teenagers. And the only way to get rid of the spell is once all the people are dead, that he's marked for death, is when the spell ends. I love this movie. It's been a favorite of mine ever since I saw it as a kid. Stan Winston, it's the only movie Stan Winston directed. Stan Winston was a creature designer. He created this creature. He created the aliens, Terminator, Predator. He's one of the top Hollywood monster makers besides Rick Baker, of course. It was his only, yeah. It was the only movie he directed, and it's a really well-made movie. And now, as I get older, now I find it kind of sad. You know, it's a very tragic movie. It's very sad. I mean, the guy's kid dies. But it's very well made. The cinematography is awesome. It's shot in the woods. It has that autumn sort of feel to it, you know, falling leaves and all that stuff, the color scheme. It's just a great looking movie. The Appalachian sort of influenced horror. They're in the Smoky Mountains in the South. He goes and finds a redneck witch who basically who conjures up the demon. He goes to the pumpkin graveyard and stuff. It's just full of all this really cool like imagery that puts you in that Halloween spirit. So that's why I love this movie. And I was at a con a few years ago, and I actually met Lance Henriksen, who, you know,
plays in everything.
Been in everything. Yeah. Aliens, Predator, Terminator. Was the only guy. No, Bill Paxton was the only guy to be killed by all three. Until they made AVP, and he was killed by but I met him, and he signed my Pumpkinhead poster. So I have that hanging up downstairs in my man cave. But yeah, this is just one of my favorite flicks. And then I also have another one. I'm gonna do 2 a week because I figured there was just so many fucking movies to just narrow it down to 4. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna do.
We're talking about the whole genre, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do 2 a week. Jake, yeah, the sequels are not that great. You know, most of them were shot on like for VHS. You know, to be rented.
That was big back in the 80s. You do the first movie in the theater, and everything else kind of go direct to VHS.
Once the 90s hit, everything went to home video. Everyone went to they shot it so you can go rent it at Blockbuster.
It was cheaper for them, so they didn't get distribution.
So the budgets are cheaper. The creature effects.
Most of the actors cheaper. From the first don't show back up. So
so they're kind of schlocky, you know. But the first one is classic. So another movie that I really like to watch during Halloween season to get me in the mood is The Faculty.
What? You do a movie I heard of? Okay, shit. Yes. Love this fucking movie. Okay.
I do too. I love this movie. It is The Faculty, released in the late 90s. It's basically an alien invasion movie.
Invasion of Body Snatchers. Yeah,
it's written by Kevin Williamson, who wrote the Scream movies and
I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I Know What You Did Last Summer.
And Urban Legend. He did a lot of shit. Yeah,
he was kind of like.
I know you hate me to say this, Eli. He kind of, revised horror or resurrected horror in the 90s.
In the 90s, he revised it and ruined it at the same.
Our savior or our destroyer? Which one will you be? Choose your.
Well, notice notice how you saw this is the thing with the 90s horror. The 90s got really it became like pop horror. It was very pretty, and it became very mainstream. Horror went mainstream in the late 90s. And if you notice, if you saw the poster of Pumpkinhead, how creepy it looked at the monster, it looked all gnarly. Yeah. And then you get to the 90s, horror movie posters had pretty teenagers on the covers.
This poster has pretty teenagers on it. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer. All those movie posters had pretty teenagers on the cover. On their posters. It was like a teeny bopper magazine. So that's what I'm saying. Horror sort of went mainstream, and that's as an 80s baby. I found it a little
it was more of a vehicle to push these actors in Hollywood. I found it
watered down a lot. A lot of those movies I felt were just kind of watered down Hollywood crap, But I get that a whole generation of kids grew up on that horror, and that was their stepping stone into horror flicks, and that's all good.
Here's my thing. Like I said, you know way more about horror than I do, but here's my opinion of what I think happened. In the 80s, when they had those horror movies, a lot of those movies had actors that just came out and popped out of nowhere, Kevin Bacon, Johnny Depp. They had those actors just popped up, and people like, oh, I know him from this movie. So in the 90s, when they brought back horror movies, they're like, okay, let's weaponize this time. Let's direct it this time. Instead of like accidentally getting a big time actor to just pop up out of these movies, let's make Jennifer Love Hewitt a thing. Let's make who the fuck was in this movie? I can't remember. Usher, I guess. I don't know.
Well, Jordana Brewster, who I've been crushing on.
I think this was the first movie I've seen her in too. I think so. But
yeah. The only reason why I watched any of them Fast and the Furious movies. But yeah, Josh Hartnett, and he went on to do shit. He
was an Oppenheimer. But yeah.
Oh, was he? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But this was also directed by Robert Rodriguez. So that's another thing. But like I said, back to Kevin Williamson, who, like you said, wrote the Scream movie, which deconstructed the slasher genre. He does the same thing with The Faculty, where he deconstructs the alien invasion genre. And it's very meta. He refers to Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and there's the references to The Thing with the crawling head. It's very meta. If you're a horror fan, you will get all the references in this movie. So it's kind of like an alien invasion version of the Scream. And so, yeah, it's just, and the fact, what makes it, for me, a Halloween flick for me is because it's like in high school, it's like the homecoming game, which is usually in the fall and shit. They're playing football, so it's back to school. It's odd. It's like taking place in autumn, and it's just a lot of fun. I mean, the creature design is dope. It was, the creature, the art, the concept was Bernie Wrightson actually designed the creature, did the art concept. So he drew Bernie Wrightson, creator, one of the co-creators
of Swamp Thing, but yeah.
Yeah. He did the creature designs, and K&B did the special effects. So it's got really cool like monster designs and special effects. The CGI is a little dated, but it's got an appeal that I kind of look past now. But this is also just a really well-made movie. It has like social commentary about conformity, as far as like the classism in high school, the different cliques in high school. You have the jock and the popular kids, and then the artsy rejects, so it's like sort of a comment on how high school is sort of a reflection of American society. And then this whole theme of losing your individuality, conformity, with basically being turned into an alien, a mindless alien, zombie sort of, kind of losing your individuality, that sort of threat. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. There's also mixtures of elements. The opening scene is like a slasher movie where the teacher gets killed with scissors and shit. It's just a lot of fun. And it's just, again, one of those movies that just puts me in the Halloween spirit that I kind of save for around now to watch. So I'm probably going to watch this pretty soon. I tried to watch it on Peacock, but my internet sucked and it kept freezing up and shit. So but I do own this somewhere, so I'll probably give it a good watch one of these days, sometime this month. But yeah, so that's about it. I know that was longer than a minute.
Nah, I was shocked that you put this movie on there. Like, okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. I know I talk a lot of shit about the Scream movies, but like I said, I've mentioned this before. The first time I saw Scream, the first Scream in the theater, I loved it. I had a lot of fun with it. As a horror fan of the 80s, coming up on all those movies that Kevin Williamson was mentioning in Scream, I had a lot of fun. I geeked out during Scream. It's just, there was a lot of Scream knockoffs after that.
Right.
Scream became this big, huge thing, and then horror became mainstreamed and kind of watered down. And that's where I'm like, eh. And then they kept pumping out Scream movies every year, and it just kind of got played out for me, So yeah, I wasn't and now my kid got into him when he was he was around 11 or 12, and he was Ghostface for Halloween one year, and he wanted to watch all the Scream movies. So I rewatched them with them, and I see them as sort of satires, kind of funny comedy satire. So
that's what they always were.
Yeah. So I've kind of relaxed on them a little bit. Yeah. I appreciate the influence that they've had and how they do kind of just deconstruct slashers. So, So yeah, that's all I got. On to now. I'll have a couple more movies next week.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. Segment went better than I thought it was gonna go. Okay. All right. So
I'm just gonna pull some fucked up movie out of my ass that you never.
You're right. Now I don't know what you're gonna pick next week. I don't know. All right. So what are we gonna pick next? Now we're going to do, where is the thing? You know what? I didn't pick it. It doesn't matter. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go here to do the Marvels. Now, we're gonna talk about the Marvel. We're gonna talk about. I know we doing a complete 180 with this. Let's talk about the most fucked up horror movies we can possibly think about. To the Marvels, a Disney movie. Now, why are we talking about this? The reason I want to talk about this.
I've been seeing Captain Marvel costumes at Target in the Halloween section.
I guess about to come out with a Serbian.
Fuck a Serbian. Everyone, what about a Serbian? Yeah, fuck that shit. Yes, I've seen it, but it's just meant to shock. Every hardcore motherfucker pulls that out of their ass.
I mean, it's a difference between horror and torture porn. There's a difference between that, you know. But anyway, we'll go there. Anyway, let's talk about the Marvels. This is why I'm talking about the Marvels. The reason I'm talking about the Marvels is because they finally released the Chinese poster. They released the China poster. And I got to give Disney credit, Eli. We see podcasts like us, we never give Disney credit for anything. But let's give them credit. You know where I'm going with it. You know I'm going with it.
I'm not saying nothing.
You know I'm going with it, okay?
Here I go.
Because they finally left the black characters on the main poster. That's the thing. So I got to give them credit for that. They didn't have masks on, anything like that. You can actually see them, their face, you know. So kudos to you. Good job, Marvel. We're making progress, baby steps, you know. But also, who the hell is that guy on the right? I know you can't see it. I know you can't. You got to zoom in on that one, but it's some dude.
It looks like a Loki.
He's not Loki. He's Chinese. I assume he's Chinese because the Chinese poster, so he's got to be Chinese. So what they do, have a dude that just like cameos like 3 seconds to put him on the movie poster? Like, okay, so 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, and we don't know who the hell this guy is. He probably ain't even in the American version. Probably like cut him in the China extended Zack Snyder cut or some shit, you know. I don't know what the fuck going on.
Like one of them Iron Man movies where they shot
like like the last 8 minutes, what even in America, it was just him. How China saved Iron Man, and that's how the movie made $1 billion. Like, and then Disney patted themselves on the back. We don't know about it because we never seen it, you know. So it's the same thing with this guy, whoever the fuck he is. So he's gonna save Captain Marvel. Like, he's gonna be the hero in the China version. That's what I know. So
let's ask Jake. Hey, Jake, you excited for Marvels?
Let me talk about the Marvel. Here's what's going to happen with the Marvel. I'm already going to predict how the Marvels is going to go. I'm reviewing the movie right now, a month in advance. Okay, so it's going to kill our algorithm then, but I don't care. This is going to happen. So the movie's going to come out. Nobody's going to see it. The rumor and the word is going to get out that the movie sucks. So people are just going to assume the movie sucks without even watching it. I'm going to be in the theater by myself, watching it by myself, and I'm going to come on this podcast and I'm going to overrate the hell out this movie just out of defense mechanism. And then 3 months later, think back to myself, what the fuck?
I'll see it and say it was all right.
No. You won't see it. You won't see it. You'll eventually see it. You'll see it when it come on Disney Plus. You'll see it when it come on Disney Plus.
I'll see it when it come on Disney. But look at how Jake is saying how Brie Larson is hot.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it for Monica.
Okay. They're both hot, man. I'm going for both of them, man. Yeah, shit. They're both just eye candy. Pick one, whatever you want. So yeah. Happy birthday to Brie Larson. It's her birthday today.
Is she? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, good for her.
So yeah, like I said, we got to say something good about it. I'm pretty sure she's gonna kill it in this role. But I'm telling you, that's review right now.
Well, we've seen her before. We've seen her.
Yeah. So next month, I'm already gonna give the movie a 6.5 out of 5. But ask me my review a month from then, and then ask my review of the movie is after I had time to sink in, and I'm not defending myself against fanboys. And then I'm probably like, yeah, the movie did suck. That's probably what I think. So yeah. And then Eli will like the movie better than I did. That's what's gonna happen. So that's our review right now. So don't even bother watching it.
I can see, like, you know, the alpha dogs like preparing their shit already. Like you know, this is the most wokest, feminist, blah 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 piece of crap I've ever seen.
And they make everybody else look bad because they say all that dumb shit. So
Yeah.
if you say the movie sucks,
then
you look like them. Automatically, you're just in the same boat as them. Oh, you fucking incel. Your woman hated. Like, all I said was the movie sucked, man. Like I can give reasons why the movie sucked. No, fucking incel. I'm like, fuck it. Don't worry about it. Greatest movie ever. Fuck it. I don't care. Shit. Think what you want to think. Yeah. What else I got? Okay. Move to the next part of the podcast. Let's see. Did I do the thing? I don't think I did the thing.
Did you do the thing?
I didn't do the thing. I can't see worth it. Oh, I did do the thing.
You didn't do it?
I did do the thing. Okay. So, Mortal Kombat. We're in the video game section now. We're going to talk about Mortal Kombat. Let's get Brie Larson the fuck up out of here.
Oh,
there we go. Okay. We're going to talk about Mortal Kombat for a second. The thing is, I was going to like maybe get Mortal Kombat down the road, and I was thinking like I want to have the gameplay because I like the story's bonkers as hell. Maybe I'll actually like the gameplay. And then I saw this, and then I was like, nah, fuck this game. That's it. Just wait for it. Wait for it. So yeah. So some dude online just did this and recorded it, and I'm like this, Eli. At one point, is it okay to just put the controller down and just beat the shit out of the person next to you playing the game when you're doing shit like that? Because you're not gonna do that to me. I'm just gonna sit there and take it. I'm not. Like, you can beat me in the game, but you ain't finna boot my ass in real life. Like, it's doing this shit. It's a waste of time. Like, you can go take a nap, go take a piss, eat a sandwich, some shit like that when you're doing that. Like, no, fuck that, man. So I was gonna give this game a chance until I saw this shit. I'm not finna sit here and just watch somebody just do this shit to me. Like, and then do some finish him afterward. Like, nah, I'm not even gonna finish it. You get the point. But yeah. So yeah, Mortal Kombat, no.
I take it that's an online player who's already been playing.
Yeah. The game only been out a week.
Yeah.
Are y'all covering the new Cyberpunk? Well, I covered the new Cyberpunk. I wasn't planning to, Jake, but you're planning that I did in my head. So to be continued, to be determined on that. So yeah, we'll come back to that. So can we move on to the next part of the podcast?
Sure.
Cool. All right. Like I said, it's comic book bullies. We're talking about comic books. We're already here. We're gonna jump into it. Eli, I'm gonna let you go first.
Of course. Let me share the link.
All right, cool.
I'm just now sharing the link. What should I do? Blade? I guess we'll do Blade. Blade number 3.
Yeah, who is that? Fire as fuck would definitely suggest. I don't. What would you suggest? I don't. We talk about a bunch of shit on here. The Faculty. I'm gonna assume the Faculty or the Marvels. He's talking about the Marvels.
Huh?
The guy that just said he said fire as fuck. I don't know what he was talking about, but I'm assuming he was talking about the Marvels. So yeah.
Oh, so. Jamie. Wait, thanks for listening. Or Jamil.
Yeah.
Is that his name is? I can't see. I'm going blind, man.
We're old. How many times do we have to tell you people this? Jamil. His name is Jamil. Cyberpunk.
Oh, Cyberpunk. Oh, okay.
So Cyberpunk's the shit. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay. So we got 2 people talking about Cyberpunk. I'm going to look into it. It. Okay.
I didn't know there was a new Cyberpunk.
Okay, let me explain the Cyberpunk. I know you about to do Blade. I ain't mean to step on your toes on that one, but the is not a new Cyberpunk out. What it is, there's an expansion pack out with Idris Elba in it, and it's just like another story mode or some shit like that. So yeah, but plus I want to play it because Keanu Reeves in it anyway, like the first one. So yeah, and plus I heard they worked out all the bugs. And everybody's saying it's fun right now. Jamil just said it's fire as fuck. So shit, what am I missing out on? I need to jump on some Cyberpunk. So
cool.
Yeah, I will let y'all know.
Cool.
So yeah.
All right, so I will do Blade number 3. This has been dope. This issue is still dope. What's that demon? That 5,000-year-old demon that's been going around. Adana or something like that.
Some shit.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Anyways, there's still this demon is still roaming around. A bunch of the Sorcerer Supremes show up to try to fuck her up. And she ends up like fucking like basically burning them, like snaps her fingers and they like burn up and shit. That was just the intro. And then we go back to what's been going on. So Blade accidentally killed the one person that could kill this demon. And the demon took the sword, the only weapon that could destroy her. So then Blade went to go track down one of his exes who specializes in like supernatural objects and shit. and asks her, "Hey, do you got a weapon do you got anything that could kill a demon?" She's like, maybe. But then she's also on the run from like magic Yakuza gang who ends up kidnapping her. Blade and this chick who's part of this demon slaying cult, whose brother Blade had killed. She's with them. She's accompanying him. So they're kind of like teaming up on this journey. So, anyways, Blade goes and rescues his ex from the Yakuza, the magic Yakuza guy. He like transforms into like this monster, and Blade fucks him up. That's what he did right here. He fucked up the demon or the monster and shit, and saves his ex-girlfriend. And she basically says, "Okay, yeah, there is a sword we have to get a hold of that that can kill a demon. Basically, was made." Give a history of the heavens and the hell and all that shit. So there is a sword, a weapon that can destroy it. They got to go get it. But then at the end of the book, they get attacked by the other girl's clan. They're after her or after Blade for killing their brother by mistake. And he killed him by mistake.
Oh, that's right, because the sister broke him out. Like she didn't get permission. Okay, all right, all right. I'm up to speed. Okay.
So Blade there was a big mix-up, and Blade, killed this one guy that could kill a demon, and it turns out that guy was part of this like demon slaying ninja clan, and his sister is with Blade right now, but now the rest of the clan are after Blade, and they're attacking, they're shooting arrows and shit. But then all the arrows like stop, and then it shows Doctor Strange like, "Hey, Blade, I hear you fucked up everything, and now you need my help." And that's where it says to be continued. So Doctor Strange shows up at the end. So
cool.
This is still pretty dope. It's art is cool. It's brutal as hell. You can see Marvel's going hard with the blood and shit and the violence. And hey, it's good to have R-rated Blades here. So 4 out of 5. I'm
because the movie definitely not gonna do it.
Yeah. You ain't gonna see that shit on Disney Plus.
Right.
So I'm still on this book. I'm still on board. They haven't lost me yet. This shit's still dope.
Okay, cool. Hold on, let me see what we got. And I got a shout out on the pod. Gonna be here. Hell yeah, Jamil. We say anybody that shouts us out while we're doing it, we're gonna give you a shout out. We're gonna show you some love. If we don't, the AI will. So one of us gonna do it.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So next thing first thing I'm going to do, let me go ahead and get this shit out the way. Let's go ahead and get it out the way. No, my fault. Not my fault. I'm not Conan the Barbarian. Oh, where is it? I'm trying to get that Ultimate Invasion shit, but I can't see.
Oh shit! Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, this was like $10 or so. Wasn't it like $10?
It was expensive as hell. Not that one.
Yeah. I skipped out.
I don't think I did it. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, there it is.
I thought you would read it, and I figured out Leroy would just tell me.
Yeah, it is double size 50-page book. It is the last part of this story. This is they went bullshit. They came on with it. Okay, so yeah, Ultimate Invasion. That's what's going on right now. It was a 4-part story, so this is the last story in Jonathan Hickman's thing. Like after that, this is it, and it's going to roll into, I guess, his other stories. What is it, Ultimate Universe or some shit? I don't know. That's
he's doing another book now.
But is he doing it or is somebody else doing it? I don't know. Something's happening. Anyway,
I thought he was doing something. I thought he was writing.
He's doing something. He's doing gods or some shit. Some else.
Oh yeah.
So he may or may not be doing it. I don't know. He might just throw this to somebody else. To like
just the title. I've like got exhausted. Just like
right. Coming out next week. So
it's like
Hickman's gonna Hickman. Anyway, let's go to it. Ultimate Invasion. The finale of this story. Okay, so basically Reed Richards in a Dr. Doom mask is with Howard Stark building this device called the Immortus Engine. What is the Immortus Engine? It's a time machine. That's it. It's a time machine. That's all it is. So yeah, because the maker wants it to go back in time and do shit. Because his other one maker made one, but his got destroyed. So he wants another one. So yeah, so they made him Immortus Engine. And while they're doing that, Reed and Howard, they're getting to be best friends, and he's telling them everything. He's like, I know everything the Maker wants. I know why Maker's here, what Maker did. I'm gonna tell you everything the Maker did. So Howard, and he's just giving Howard all this information while they're, building the Mortis engine. Meanwhile, we cut to present day, because that was in the past. We cut to present day now, and now Reed has a full Dr. Doom suit. He don't have a mask no more. He's just Dr. Doom. Reed's Dr. Doom in this universe now. And Howard built him another suit, and we're gonna go talk to the Maker. We're gonna give him the Immortus engine because he trapped him in the room to make the Immortus engine. It's like, okay, so there we go. And they give him the Immortus engine, and he tells Dr. Doom good luck. Well, Dr. Reed, whatever. And he gives him the Immortus engine. But while he's doing that, Reed, Dr. Doom, whatever you want to call him, has a note from it, and it's called Tony. He puts it on him, and then transform himself to a hologram into another one of the guards to sneak past him. Now, what is he doing? We'll find out in a second. But anyway, Maker got his Mortis engine. He's fine. And Doom is putting on something. We're going to find out what it is in a second. And when he activates it, what he does, he dismantles the shield from the city, which is the base that the Maker is in right now. So when he dismantles the shield, that means they are defenseless right now for attacks. And the moment he does it, boom, Kang pops up. Iron Kang or whatever from the 3,000 years in the future with the Avengers that he made in the future. And they're coming to kill the Maker. So they're doing that. And that's when, the Maker is telling Howard is like, somebody has to stop you, Maker. He's like, what do you mean stop me? You think I'm some dumbass supervillain? Kang is coming to unmake everything I made. And that includes you, Howard. He's coming to take out everything. So while they're doing that, they're fighting, and Maker has his army fight, Kang's army, and they go at it. And yeah, and so and Howard joins in with the fight also. He takes out as many Avengers as he can, blast them all. Meanwhile, Maker is cutting through Avengers to get to Kang. Kang is cutting through those Maker's people to get to the Maker. And then you got this big showdown, and here comes the panel. Boom! The big blowout panel with Maker and Kang with the Avengers and the other people fighting behind him and shit like that. And while they're doing that, Howard is getting the shit kicked out of him by Thor and Wasp and Giant Man, all the shit like that. And he gets shit kicked them, and what he knocks over the Immortus engine, and he realizes it's just laying there right there. So while and Doom has set a bomb in the base. It's about to blow up in 60 seconds. They got 6 seconds to do whatever the fuck they're gonna do. And now Maker remembers who Kang is. So the reason he knows who Kang is because he used the Immortus engine when he had it to go to the far future as far as he could go. And when he got there, he saw Kang there waiting for him. And as soon as he got there, Kang blasted him in the head. And that's why he can't remember how to make the Immortus engine. So the Maker isn't as smart as he used to be because half his head is missing now because of Kang. So now they're back in the future. And
that's right. So that's why
he was missing half his head.
He was missing a piece of his head before that.
Right. So since he's missing a piece of his head, he can't remake shit that he made before because he ain't as smart as he was before. So now we got Howard with the Immortus engine in his chest, and he just uses it to just kind of like blow up to stop the fight immediately and just blow up everybody around him. Knock everybody out, maybe kill him. Who knows? It doesn't matter. And meanwhile, Doom is at the Latveria, and he makes another Immortus engine because now he knows the formula. He can make as many Immortus engines as he wants. And he just walks out of the base and that's it. So Howard is looking around. Everybody's fucked up. He gets out of the suit because the suit's done. It's damaged. He walks past the Maker, walks over Kang, takes off Kang's helmet, starts crying. So, and then that's it. So the city or whatever like that, it's just in some kind of, the shield goes back up and it's just stuck, just whatever it's doing. We don't know what it's doing. We don't know who's in there. We don't know how long it's been there. They go and he just walks past them. So meanwhile, the Ultimate Universe's version of the Illuminati is just saying, we don't know what's going on with the Maker. We don't know if he's dead. We don't know if he's alive. We don't know if they were warped in the future 3,000 years. We don't know. Anyway, the world is ours. We can do whatever we want to with it. But we have to nominate somebody in the American seat because Stain is dead. Stark is dead. Who we going to put in there? And they're just like, well, don't put anybody in there. Let's just carve up America. They're like, excellent. So the Illuminati is going to just chop up America. So, yeah. Moving on past that, skip all that bullshit. Skip. Okay. Present day, we Dr. Doom, read Dr. Doom or whatever like that, has found Tony and gave Tony the letter. And he basically, it's a letter, basically Howard saying how proud he is of him, and you got to carry on a legacy and all this shit like that. And you got to do this, you got to do that, and you got to do this and do that. Because Reed knows everything that the Maker was doing behind the scenes. He knows how he did all the stuff to like get rid of the Fantastic Four, get rid of Captain America, get rid of Spider-Man. And he's basically tasking Tony to put the shit back the way it was before. And he's like, okay, I'll do it. And he's like, and he has an immortal engine in his chest also, so he can hop back and forth between time also. So he's gonna fix the shit that the Maker messed up. And he's like, so are you gonna call yourself Iron Man like your father? You're like, no, I'm not gonna call myself Iron Man. I'm gonna call myself Iron Lad. Now, dun, dun, this is a big dun 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 for people that know their Marvel lore, because Iron Lad is Kang, or at least a version of Kang. So even though we don't see who Howard saw when he took off Kang's mask, we can assume he saw Tony, because now Tony has the power to go back and forth through time also. And he went back in time, and he went in the past, and he finds Captain America's body entrapped in ice. The end.
Or wasn't he looking for him or some shit?
Well, Howard was looking for him. I'm sorry, not Howard. Maker.
Yeah.
Maker wanted to make sure nobody could find him.
Yeah.
Because if you don't free Captain America, no Avengers. So Tony used the immortal engine to go back in time to go get Captain America.
Cap. Yeah.
To find Cap. So he's going to undo everything the Maker made. The end. That's it. So the Ultimate Universe back in November. So that's it. So this was neatly wrapped into a bow. So, but kind of open-ended, because the Illuminati's gonna do some fucked up shit also. The Maker will be back. He ain't dead, but we don't know where he's at. So yeah. So that's about. Yeah. I don't know. It's a thing. I don't know what to think. I guess I gotta slap a score on it. I'm gonna give it a 3. This is not Hickman's best work. I feel like this, because remember, Donny Cates was supposed to do this. So I felt like this was dropped in Hickman's lap. He was like, fine, I'll just write some shit while I write gods in the meantime. You know, just do this. This is an appetizer to wet your whistle till I go do something else. So that's my whole feeling about this.
They're bringing like another Ultimate, like the Ultimates back, basically.
They're bringing the Ultimates back, yeah. Because I think what's happening is that Maker fucked up the world. Tony's going to fix the world, and it's going to be closer to the Ultimate Universe of what we remember back in 2000. Not the exact same, but closer to what it was. So yeah, that's what I think. What do I know? I'm just saying. But, yeah. So So what you got?
I'll do Conan.
Okay. give us a palate cleanser, Eli. Get this shit.
Conan the Barbarian, number 3. Now on Titan Comics.
Okay.
Since Marvel lost the publishing, and now Titan has it. Zeb Wells. This has been cool. So this takes place early when a younger Conan. So Cimmerians are still alive. Him and a woman from a Pict tribe have teamed up to fight these like zombies that are basically, coming and destroying, hoarding through the land, and slaughtering everybody. So, and they seem to be controlled by some weird like rock formation, like a spire that's sprouted out of the ground out in Samaria. They end up going back to Conan's homeland in Samaria and find this spire, this big rock formation spire sprouting out of the ground, and that seems to be controlling these zombies. So in this issue, Conan and that warrior chick go into this spire. They go into it. They find these monks in robes and shit. They find Cimmerian prisoners, all like in cages, and Conan frees them. Like, hey, I thought my tribe was wiped out, but you guys are still alive. Let's go get our vengeance for the Cimmeria, Crom and all that shit. So he frees all the Sumerians out of their cages, and they split up. The warrior chick takes some out, and like the wounded out to escape the spire. To escape. Conan and a bunch of warriors go to find out to stop these zombies, whatever's controlling these zombies. They go deeper into the caverns and they find this big, huge ritual going on, and it's led by Thulsa Doom. Now Thulsa Doom
okay.
Yep, and Thulsa Doom was played by
James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones in the original Conan movie. So and they're basically they're taking the Sumerian prisoners and throwing them into this glowing water that seems to be trapping their souls, and maybe that's what's turning them into zombies or whatever. So it's a big, huge fight. They start carving up all the worshippers, the ritual going on. Conan gets into a fight with Thulsa Doom, and they end up falling off of off the ledge, and they fall into. Conan falls into that glowing water. So he's in that water. Whatever's going on, whatever effect, we don't know. It's where it basically says to be continued. And then the girl basically gets the prisoners out, and she goes, "Hey, what's going on? Conan's not out. I'm going to go save him." So she goes back in to go save him. And then Conan falls into that glowing water, and that's where it says to be continued. So this is still a lot of fun. The art's awesome. Even though I do like the pulpy writing, there's a lot of it, and I feel some of the text is covering up because the art is so cool. But every panel has some text.
Do you think it's trying to mimic the novels? The
old comics, the old Marvel.
Okay.
Comics.
With Sal Buscema and all that.
Yeah. Was it Jerry Conway?
Was it Jerry Conway?
Yeah. But I just feel like it gets a little too wordy, even though I like reading, let's make murder, that very pulpy kind of writing. It's just sometimes I wish let the art breathe a little bit, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
But other than that, this is a 4 out of 5. This is still pretty cool. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. All right, so next book I'm going to do, and I don't know if you read this or not, Eli, but let's go to it anyway. Okay, so this is a long title. Batman, Catwoman, the Gotham War, Red Hood, #1.
I did read this.
You did read this? Okay, yeah. Why that title so long, I don't know. This book isn't what I thought it was going to be. It was... No. Yeah. I was thinking one thing, but it was something else. But we're gonna review it. We're gonna break it down. We're gonna go from there. So, like I said, this is you think it's a Red Hood Catwoman team up. That's what you think it is. We're gonna read it. We're gonna review to see what happens. So yeah.
I was thinking, oh shit, Vandal Savage and blah 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 blah. But he wasn't.
Vandal Savage and Vandal Savage and Macho Man Randall Savage and all this shit. So yeah. All right, so the book starts off because 2 weeks ago, before the Gotham War, Red Hood throws the guy out the second window. Where's the Joker? And there's a cool ass panel right here. So Red Hood jumps out of the second story window, but he lands on the guy's arms. So yeah, breaks his arms and shit. He's like, where is he? All this Batman shit he's screaming up. Says he doesn't know what the Joker is. I ain't seen the Joker in years. He throws him in traffic. And that's when he gets wrapped up by Catwoman. And Catwoman pulls him out of traffic. And he was like, the dude wasn't going to get hit. They were going to swerve out of traffic before he get hit. Well, he didn't know that. But anyway, Catwoman is here to tell him that there's a meeting going on tonight. So basically, this is almost kind of a retcon, because they wanted to seem like that Red Hood, joined her after the thing, but really he joined her before the thing.
Yeah. I was wondering about that because
but it does seem like it doesn't seem like Red Hood was sold on what she was saying. All she was doing just inviting him to the meeting with the Bat family. So he's like, okay, I'll go to the meeting. I'll be at the meeting. But I guess when he got to the meeting, that's when he was convinced. So kind of retcon, but not a retcon. I'll let it slide. Anyway. And anyway, so Catwoman basically just like to reach you, get it. Like, if my plan goes according to plan, there won't be any henchmen on the roll. And then you don't have to worry about Joker having henchmen when you go find him. When you find him, people put him down, and that's it. So, and she like really like almost seducing him. And she really should be doing this to Red Hood, because we all know Red Hood has an Oedipus complex. He hates Batman, so the best way to get at Batman is, we're not gonna go there. But anyway, so she recruits him. So it's now he's there. He's with Catwoman, doing the training of her thieves guild, stuff like that. And he sees 3 of these guys, and he's just like, look, all you guys suck. You're terrible. I'm not here to train you to be thieves. I'm just here to find out which one of you are who. That way, when you go running back to your bosses, I know who you are, so it's easy to find you and kill you. And she's like, he's joking. He's like, no, I'm not. Does you have any questions? And then one of them just runs off. He's like, I don't want shit to do with this. So he just leaves. And Red Hood just let him leave. He's like, okay, fine. Okay, one down. What about you 2 guys? And that's when we get introduced to Simpson and Bash. So this is not a Red Hood and Catwoman book. This is a Simpson and Bash book. It is their story. Everybody is just along for the ride. So Red Hood trains Simpson and Bash. He just trains them two. Just them. He trains them for weeks, beats the shit out of them, all the stuff like that. Train them.
When you were reading this, were you listening to Solid as a Rock?
You know what? Maybe I would like Ashford the Simpson. I would just Ashford the Simpson was in the back of my mind, but I wouldn't like listen to a song. I was actually listening to like the Whispers, but still, it was stuck in the back of my head. So he's training them, getting them right, but he's training. He's like training like really, really, really hard. And then he decides to take them out to drink. They go to Flunkies. Now, if you remember Flunkies was that bar that was in the first issue of this thing, where that's where they go to recruit the bad guys, like Joker and Riddler and all the guys.
All the henchmen.
The henchmen go hang out here. But since there's no more henchmen, it's a biker bar now. So they're just there, just drinking and shit. And then they're just telling him, they're like, yeah, we joined up with Catwoman, man, because I want to just get away from Scarecrow. I mean, she said she's gonna protect me from Scarecrow. They're like, it's cool. But y'all used to work for Joker too, right? They're like, yeah, we used to work for Joker. So where is he? They're like, I don't know. Like, I'm not playing. Where is he? Like, tell me right now before I fuck both of you up. They're like, man, I thought we just here for drinks and shit like that. No, we're not. This is a training. So here's your mission right now. I want to see if you can find a way to get out of a non-violent situation, even if you're forced with violence. So give me everything you have on you. Give me all your weapons. Give me all your brass knuckles and shit. And let's start the training. So he talks to the biker bar. Hey, he said y'all suck and y'all can't fight. And he smashed your mama. Okay. Y'all got this right. Bye. And he leaves out there. They want to get the shit kicked out of him. So Catwoman knows what he's doing. Like, what are you doing, Jason? What are you doing? I know what you're doing, Jason. You're just using us and me to find the Joker. They're like, no, I'm training them. So, and then they get the shit kicked out of them. And Catwoman's like, okay, take them on a mission immediately. And, okay, if they don't die, then fine, I'll take them. So he takes them on a meeting. But so Bash gets a good night's rest while he's sleeping. Scarecrow shows up, his old boss, and he like does some shit to him, because remember, if you read the other books that we were doing before, Scarecrow has been making this, creating this cabal to go against Catwoman. So he's kind of like, doing some shit. So they're training Ashford and Simpson. Damn, Eli, you fucked me up now.
Bashford.
Yeah, man, Bashford and Simpson. Yeah. So they own the mission. They're there. They're by themselves, and Bash is just nervous the whole time because the night before he was Scarecrow, so he ran out of the room before and he activated the alarm when he wasn't supposed to because he ran out too fast, and that's when he caught the cops' attention because that's why they can't sneak out. So while they're doing that, they're about to give up, and he's reaching, but before he can reach for it, Red Hood's behind him. He's like, "Look, cop, I'm trying to help you out because the boy back there was reaching. He was about to take you out." He was like, "He might be working for Joker." Working for Scarecrow. So he's thinking about it, and Red Hood's trying to bargain. Look, I cut the cameras off. Nobody knows what's going on. I'm going to take care of these guys. You leave. Nobody will know you're here. Like, well, what if I get fired? Well, that's better than you getting shot. So just go. And then, bam, he hits him in the back of the head. He was like, he's working for the Scarecrow. Scarecrow sent him. I'm about to put 2 in him. He was like, no, don't do that. And then he was going, you must work for Scarecrow too. And Red Hood's just like, okay, look, you point a gun at me. You must be ready to leave this world. So right before he fires the shot, Red Hood tackles him and then just goes to work on him. He like, I said, no guns, no killing, and nobody gets hurt while he just beating the shit out this guy. And then he tells him, pick this dude up and get the hell out of here. and put everything back the way it was, while the dude just fucked up. You know, he bash basically. He was like, look, you failed the mission, you tripped the alarm, the cops are gone, you failed, so put everything back, don't take anything, and tell Catwoman you failed. She'll deal with you tomorrow. So tomorrow, well, the next night, Red Hood is trying to talk to Catwoman, but she can't. But all her bodyguards are like, won't let her get to him. So then she just comes out here like, okay, I want to talk to Jason. What the hell, Jason, going on? So she knows what happened. She realized, she was putting the piece together, that Red Hood wasn't training these guys. He was just beating the shit out of them for 2 weeks just because he just felt like it, because Red Hood never believed in this mission, which is something he said from the very beginning. She thought he was joking. He's like, I don't give a fuck about your mission. I'm only here to find out shit about the Joker and to find out who did where these guys going. And she's like, no, you just got an agenda. He's like, I got an agenda. No, you got an agenda. You send these guys because you know these guys are gonna go back to the Joker, to Scarecrow, stuff like that. You think I'm gonna just let this shit slide? So, and then they realized that Bash didn't come back, you know, with Ashford Samson, somebody, whatever his name is. So he's just like, fuck it, I'll go find Bash. I'll find out what Bash is. So he goes to Bash's house, his apartment, and when he gets there, he sees spoilers there. He's like, spoiler, why are you here? It's because, yeah, Jason, I was waiting for you to get here. And she turns on the light, and it is Bash with his painted in blood. Get your own toys, Red Hood. And Spoiler is telling him, I can still smell the fear toxin in the air. Scarecrow got to this guy. That's Scarecrow's handwriting. So he's thinking you're with Cat and Lee with Catwoman. That's why he's doing all this shit. And like, So basically, they inadvertently started a gang war, but it was already going to be a gang war to begin with. So yeah. So that's that. Like I said, I thought it was going to be more about Catwoman and Red Hood. I honestly really thought like Red Hood and Catwoman were like going to hook up some shit, like do some weird epic shit, but they didn't do that. But that's what it was. So now it looks like Red Hood has been kicked out of the Catwoman's gang, and I guess going to go back to the Bat family. I guess, I don't know. It's almost time for this story to wrap up anyway. So I don't know. I'll give this I give it 3.5 out of 5. I kind of like Bashford and Sons, you know, storyline. But yeah. So but what you got next?
What do I have? Oh, Star Wars Hyperspace.
Now I couldn't find this. What is this? I couldn't find this.
It's on what is they on? It's on Dark Horse now.
Dark Horse. Okay, I didn't check that.
Yeah.
I was looking for Marvel. I couldn't find it on Marvel. So
yeah, no. So remember IDW had those anthology, the all ages sort of line of Star Wars books like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Well, that now they don't have the rights anymore. Now it's gone back to Dark Horse. Now, for a long time, Dark Horse had Star Wars comics. And
right,
then
before Marvel, before Disney, before the Dark Times.
It all up.
Yeah.
But then IDW was putting out like, you know, I think Star Wars Tales or whatever, kind of anthology tales for like all ages, for like kids, you know. And now Dark Horse got the rights back. So now Dark Horse is doing a bunch of these like all ages comics, Star Wars comics. And this is one of them, Star Wars Hyperspace Tales. It's basically every book is a one-shot standalone story. You know, different characters, misadventures in the Star Wars galaxy. This one, I chose to read because it's got Quinlan Voss.
Okay, all right. I knew there had to be an angle. But
yeah, I've been reading a bunch of Quinlan Voss stories or comics from Star Wars because I'm writing an article on him. He is the native coded Jedi.
Y'all check out Eli's current article. He did Echo and Daredevil.
Oh yeah, I reviewed Echo and Daredevil. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is it's basically Quinlan Voss goes up against Cad Bane. Cad Bane is that blue-faced bounty hunter. He originated on the Clone Wars, and he showed up on Book of Boba Fett, where Boba Fett supposedly kills him. And he's like a gunslinger. He's basically an alien version of Clint Eastwood. You know, he's a gunslinger. He's a bounty hunter. One of the most feared bounty hunters next to Boba Fett. So in this book, Quinlan Voss finds a guy that has stolen from Count Dooku. Stolen some sort of like treasure, or something valuable from Count Dooku, and he's tracking him down. It turns out Count Dooku has hired bounty hunters to find this guy who's stolen from him, and we just have this fight where he has to protect this guy and then find his riches, the Count Dooku's belongings, and he has to protect him from the bounty hunters. So we have Cad Bane and Quinlan Vos basically fighting for most of this issue, and then at the end of the book, the guy finally takes Quinlan Vos to where he's got the shit hidden, and then Quinlan Vos just like burns it and destroys it. So, and then he goes back to Coruscant. So that's about it. It's just like I said, it's just a one-shot standalone story, and just lightsaber battles and bounty hunters versus Jedi. So it was fun.
I have
great.
Questions.
Yeah.
I have questions. Okay, so is this an original story? Like they just made a story just for this Dark Horse, or is like a collected story that they got from somewhere?
No, this is a story just written for this hyperspace tale.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So this is their
because they're making so many references to like Disney Star Wars. That's what's what.
Yeah. Saying, so. And they're just taking this is the only issue I've read out of this. This is number 9. But yeah, every issue there's like, I guess there's a Kylo Ren book. There's like different characters. There's there's just different Star Wars characters. As I'm sure there's a Boba Fett and Bosk one somewhere. I think I saw a cover for. Just different standalone Star Wars stories every month, and they're a little lighthearted and cartoony because they're meant to be for like all ages for kids.
Interesting.
But this was just, isn't that what Star Wars is supposed to be, anyways?
That's what George Lucas said, and everybody got mad at him for saying it. So yeah. So
this is just kind of dumb, stupid fun. It's Quinlan Vos versus Cad Bane. They shoot at each other. They fight each other, and it's just simple underworld crime shit. And so I'll give it a 3 out of 5. It was nothing groundbreaking, but it was just kind of fun, entertaining read.
Okay, I didn't even think of a Dark Horse. I didn't know that they were doing.
Yeah, I guess that was last year because I think they got it like last year. Like Dark Horse got the rights back.
Cool. Okay. All right. So last book I'm going to do is Invincible Iron Man number 10. This is the issue. This is when it happens. Okay. For people in the know that have been keeping up with what's going on right now, this is the book where Emma Frost and Tony Stark get married. I'm gonna give you the whole picture because this is just the second half of the book. First half of the book is Iron Man number 10. First half was like X-Men 26, I think. But that's the full picture. It's another Fall of X issue. So yeah. So yes, this is the book where they do get married. They get married in this book. So let's get to it. See what we got. All right. So book starts off with Rhodey in a Texas prison. Like I said, I haven't been keeping up with Iron Man stories in a while. I don't know what's going on. Apparently, he's been framed for murder, something to do with Fall of X, but like that. But anyway, he said he's getting a phone call from Tony Stark. So he gets a phone call and he goes, and we get a Tony Stark meanwhile at the Hellfire Club with some groupies, I guess. And he basically tells a story about him and Ibadiah Stane. He like, so I tell Stane, believe me, the only thing that's hard right now is this suit of armor. Now I don't know what story he was telling, but we're gonna find out about that later on. But anyway, he gets a phone call and he's basically saying, you're getting a phone call from Rhodey. So he calls Rhodey. He's telling Rhodey, just chill out in jail. Don't worry. I'm working on it to get you out of jail right now. He was like, well, what you call me for? You're like, well, you call me. And then they realize they've been set up, and Rhodey looks around, and all the dudes in the yard stand up, and they're looking right at him. He's like, okay, Tony, this ain't good. And Tony's like, okay. That's when he sees Fee Long, and he realized what's going on right now. Fee Long just came in just at the right time so he can look at Tony while his best friend is about to get murdered on the phone. So he's like, hang up, Rhodey. You need both hands to take care of this while I go take care of this guy. So he goes, so Rhodey starts fighting these guys before they can take him out. But it's the whole yard, so they can't take him out. So, and while he's going over there to Fei Long, Kingpin stops him. And Kingpin's just like, it's done. They're like, what's done? the deal we were talking about is done. So when we go back to Rhodey, all of a sudden Sandman pops up and starts beating the shit out of everybody. So, and not only Sandman pops up, the Living Laser pops up. So Sandman and the Living Laser are both on Kingpin's payroll, and they've been paid to keep Rhodey alive while he's in jail. So, and that's all it is about that. So he hangs up the phone, and when he picks up the phone and realizes that Rhodey's still alive, he's like, yeah, it came through. And meanwhile, the guard or the warden or whatever like that, he was like, sorry, sir, it didn't happen. So when he says that, feeling like, fuck. So because he's the one that hired those guys to kill Rhodey. So he's like, okay, don't worry. Tony won this round, but we're going to get him again. So yeah, skip past that. And that's when he's talking to Kingpin because he wants to thank Kingpin for setting up the deal to send Sandman and Living Laser to their jail. But he was like, but what the hell is Fee-Long doing here? I want Fee-Long out of here right now before my assistant get here. Because my assistant get here, she's going to be throw a fit. And his assistant shows up because we know it's Emma Frost in disguise. And she's just like, oh, shit, I'm about to kill him. So he realized what's going on. So he got to grab him because if she kills him now, he won't be able to get the information he needs out of his head to like rebuild his Iron Man suits and shit like that. So then it's the same scene that we got in the last X-Men book. They recapping it. We're not going to go there. Point is, Fee-Long walks on Tony, picking up the ring, but he accidentally saw them, but he wasn't proposing, but now they got to pretend like they're proposing, so to kind of throw him off the scent. So he's gonna propose to him, but Emma Frost just like, Tony, let me kill him right now because I've been dreaming of choking him out and making him dream about ants while I kill him. That's what she's saying to him psychically. And then Tony says out loud, don't worry, baby. I'll make all your dreams come true. And he put the ring on her hand, and now they engaged. And she was like, well, do you think we should? He's like, okay, Tony, go ahead and enjoy it because it's the first and last time you're ever going to touch me. And they'll kiss. And they're just pretending to kiss because, they don't. Or do they like each other? Meanwhile, he's talking Fee-Long, he's telling him congratulations. And he's just like, well, can I come to the wedding? And Tony knows if he tells him no, that if he tells him he can't come to the wedding, he's not going to show up. So he tells him no, because if he tells him no, he'll show up. Because the whole wedding is a ruse to get him to show up to the wedding by himself so they can ambush him. That's the whole point they're doing this. So they leave and that's it. So they're talking about the engagement and everybody's calling her, congratulations, Mrs. Stark. How long is the engagement going to be? Oh, the engagement going to be like a long, long, long time. He's like, nah, screw that. We're going to Vegas. And they're going to Vegas tonight. So they're riding and, they go to the hotel, they drink, they dance, they go upstairs. And that's when Tony's like, okay, honey, I got to go take care of some shit. You stay there. So while he's there, he goes to Zeke Stain's warehouse to raid it for all this shit that's in there. He's basically like stealing all his armory, stealing all his shit, everything he can. Because he needs as many weapons he can to fight Orcus. So he goes in there and steals all this shit, even a weapon that makes weapons. He steals all that shit. And he calls this big pickup truck and loads everything in it. And he says Steve Rogers sent this guy to drive the pickup truck to get there. And the guy he sent was Deadpool. So Deadpool's driving the truck. And he's wearing a Hawk baseball cap. Now, Eli, I'm going to test your knowledge. What is that a reference to?
A hawk?
Yes. He's driving a truck.
Oh, that space trucker guy? I can't.
No. You way off track. I'm going to give you one more hint and I'm going to tell you. Or at least what I think it is. I'll tell you. Okay.
Yeah.
Over the top.
Oh!
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I get that. Yes. Hawk, yes.
Hawk, yes.
I was thinking of that one trucker that drives through space.
Oh, no, I don't even know who that is, but
he's like in Avengers comics. He's like a space trucker.
No, that's DC. That's a space cabbie.
Is it? Is that on Marvel?
Yeah. No, that's DC.
No, there's a trucker in Marvel that's a space trucker.
Huh.
I'm pretty sure. Go ahead. I'm going to Google that shit.
Okay, yeah. But anyway, that is definitely Sylvester Stallone over the top. The greatest arm wrestling movie ever made. I don't care what anybody
I think
says.
the only one.
Probably so. Anyway, so Tony steals all Zeke Stain shit, and now it's time to go to the wedding chapel. Time to get married. He's finna do it. Like, it's the first time and only time of ever getting married. But he doesn't think Emma Frost is gonna show up anyway. Because like I said, Emma, before he left to go do that shit, she like, look, I gotta go stand up next to me and shit. So either if I don't show up, either I'm dead or I just changed my mind. So he shows up, and turns out she does show up. And Tony's like, wow. And then he's like, wow. Like, he like looking at her like, oh shit, I'm about to marry that. So Tony's just like, damn, Emma Frost is gonna. I mean, like, I don't need to know the future. I know Emma Frost gonna break my heart, and I can't wait for that to happen. So they go into the chapel, and she's like, you look beautiful. She's like, yeah, I know. So and then Phelong shows up by himself. He didn't bring Orcus or nobody with. He just shows up by himself. He's like, I'm see to watch y'all two get married. So, and he's the only one in the chapel with them and the preacher, and that's it. And she was like, are you ready? They're like, I'm ready. She's like, okay, I'm about to, when I take this ring off, it's on, Tony. We're gonna do it. So she takes the ring off. She goes the rings off. She turns back to Emma Frost, and she mind controls everybody in there, and then boom, Tony and Emma Frost like enter Phelong's mind, to find out the secrets that he has. So they go in there and they find Phelong, and he's watching, and they find his memory, and he's watching footage of Howard Stark and some metal that Howard Stark had found. And after he saw the footage, he burned the footage. So the only way this footage exists is in Phelong's head. So meanwhile, Emma Frost is roaming through her head to find out more information. Tony is looking at the footage, and Howard is talking back to him like, hello, Tony. And because he's looking at footage of his dad, footage he never seen before. So they're talking, he's telling about this metal that he found on some other planet or some other timeline or like that. And this is the metal that will change the world if I get my hands on it. Meanwhile, Phelong wakes up and like throws him like, Kia, bitch. Throws him off. He's like, you think I was stupid? You think I didn't know that was Emma Frost the whole time? And y'all did this shit to get me here? And while they're doing it, Emma Frost mind controls him some more, puts him down, and she like, no, I want to find out why he hates mutants so much, why he's been out there so long. And then they find out his dirty secret. So apparently he is the son of mutants, but the mutants didn't hate him. He hated the mutants because he wanted powers and he didn't get powers. So that's why he hated all mutants. So, and that's when Tony's just like, oh, look, I got my information. I know what my dad knows. Do what you want to it. If you're going to kill him quick. And she's like, nah, I let him live because I need him to confess everything he's did. Killing him would be too easy. And matter of fact, I'm going to mind wipe him so he won't know anything that happened of this. So they go back to the wedding and they're married. So Tony Stark and Emma Frost are married. Well, technically not Emma Frost. Her secret identity of Kendall Hayes, whatever her name is, he married her. And basically Tony's like, look, when all this is said and done, you can ditch this secret identity, say she died or like that, just go back to the X-Men, and we'll never mention this again. But anyway, they're officially married now. And they walk away, and then Tony's just like, look, I appreciate you coming to the wedding, but if you break in on our honeymoon, we're going to have a problem. And then, oh yeah, you got some on your nose too, because they've been rummaging around in his mind and shit, and then she hands him a napkin, and then they go back, and then that's it. So, and they realize the metal he was looking for was Mysterium, the X-Men metal that's been in the metal the whole time. They're like, this is the metal you need right here. I've been having it the whole time. It's like, oh shit, well, I need more of this. Like, how much? All of it. So the only way they can get it is in outer space somewhere. So yeah, and the next issue, Mr. and Mrs. Stark, to be continued. So yeah, so apparently they're going to join together and take over the Hellfire Club. So yeah, so Tony Stark is married to an X-Man. Yeah, who'd have thunk it?
Okay.
Mortal Kombat. Shout out to Nathan Matthews. Yeah, that was last week, but yeah, we're here.
Okay, I got it. I got it. His name is Ulysses Archer. U.S. Archer, trucker, space trucker.
I have no idea who that is. That is not looking for me at all. I don't know who the hell he is. I've never heard of that before.
He's a trucker in space.
That is some obscure shit right there, man.
US.
Oh, okay. US. Well, I've seen that cover before. Okay.
Yeah, he drives his trucks through space. So when you said, okay. I thought you was going deep. You said you were testing my knowledge. So I was like,
not
shit.
Comic shit. I meant like 80s shit, man.
So I just saw the trucker hat.
You went deep with this one. I'm like, whoa.
That's
pull back, Eli. Come back, rein it in.
I was like, oh shit, he's putting me on the spot. I better pull something out of my ass. Like really twist up my ass and pull the shit.
Come back to the light, Eli. Come back to the light. You're too deep.
Yeah. So there we go. And he's gonna pop up. Hey, we saw it here.
Marvel movie?
Yeah,
movie?
he's gonna pop up. He's gonna pop up in Loki or
Disney
some
Plus,
shit.
Loki season 2. We called it right now. So yeah. we beat everybody.
He'll pop up in the Marvels or something.
Yeah.
And he'll have like a 1-second cameo and YouTube will go crazy.
He'll be a black woman, so we won't know who he is. Yeah. So yeah. That was too far. My fault. That was too far.
And then all the whiny fanboys like, what the fuck? You ruined my favorite character.
Not my U.S. Archer space trucker. Hashtag.
What the fuck? This woke shit. Gender swapping my favorite character.
Oh.
So yeah, that's so I saw the trucker hat and I'm like, oh shit. Space trucker. I was like, oh, what's that one? I can't even remember where I seen him.
Oh man, that's why I kind of left it open ended. I just want to know where you're gonna go with it. I didn't know how deep you're gonna go with it, but I left it open ended for that reason alone. So yeah.
But yeah, Hawk. Yeah, over the top, classic, a cinematic masterpiece.
It really is. I watched it a little. It's free on YouTube right now. I watched it right before this podcast. So yeah.
Yeah.
While Eli's watching horror movies, I was watching arm wrestling movies.
Over the top.
So,
yeah. So you didn't read The Flash?
No, that was it. I know it'll be on DC Ultra next week or some shit. What happened?
I don't know. Basically, I haven't read Flash in a while. Gorilla Grodd is doing some shit. That's all I know. And Wally is on the case.
I'll be honest with you. Flash books are confusing.
Because it
ain't Flash. It's like all of them.
Yeah. But I showed up for the Mike Diodato art. That's pretty much the only reason why
I'm glad he's back with the big two. He's been doing his own thing now. He's back.
Yeah,
but yeah, when Max Mercury and all these motherfuckers start showing up, I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah. So I thought you were gonna read that. I was reading it. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Maybe Leroy will know. So.
And it's a number. You know what's going on? The number one book. That's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Honestly, I read like the first 5 pages. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on in this book. Like, nah, that's okay.
Well, then, damn, if you don't know.
Right. Like, shit. I'll probably check it out later on, but yeah. Anything else you got, or?
No, I'm pretty booked out.
Okay. Don't worry, I will not do Ashford and Simpson as the last song on this. But if you listen this long, this like, share, subscribe. Like I said, if you listen longer than 30 seconds, or at least 30 seconds, we appreciate you. You have boosted the algorithm because they are watching us. They want to know what we're doing. So we'll come back next week with some stuff. We actually got a lot on our plate next week because y'all put the shit on our plate. We got to do Chucky. We got to do Cyberpunk part 1 and 2. So I'll do part 1. You do part 2. So, some other shit too. I'll listen to this podcast again and take notes on what our assignment is for next week. So yeah, we'll go to it. Anything else you got to add, or?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll come back with something else. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel.
that